Welcome back, horror fans. Pumpkin Claw here. This film is dedicated to my dad. Happy Father's Day, Pops, and wish I could be with you. On that note, patriarchs in some societies are considered the figures responsible for keeping the nuclear family safe and secure. In horror, that key individual can be an alarming character, representing the entire family as a whole, or bent on the destruction of the ones they are meant to protect. Here are my top 10 horror movie fathers. Number 10, The Stepfather. Beginning with the normal man getting ready in the morning, then passing by nonchalantly the massacred bodies of 3 individuals, it immediately sets a tone of unease. Years later, we find the same man, now remarried to a widow and her daughter, who is suspicious of her new stepfather. After the brother of his previous victim posted an article looking for the man responsible for his sister's death, it sends the new stepfather over the edge into a brutal, maniacal meltdown. Named number 22 on Entertainment Weekly's Top 100 Scariest Movies, this film gave actress Jill Schoelen nightmares with its brutal final act. Number 9, The Amityville Horror. This was difficult as I enjoyed the original '79 version, but I do not think the 2005 version gets enough credit as it surely deserves. So I'm going to use the 2005 version with Ryan Reynolds as yet another stepfather looking to gain favor with his newly adopted children. But in this circumstance, it is demonic forces in the basement that is tearing the mind of George Lutz apart, and something in the house is turning their father figure into a monster. Number 8, The Hills Have Eyes. Papa Jupiter and his band of inbred mutants terrorize and cannibalize a family of unsuspecting travelers. Together, this group of creatures in the Nevada hills rape and burn their victims with uncare and brutality. Either a fan of the original '77 version created by the godfather of horror Wes Craven, or the remake, both are full of depraved and vicious acts that are very controversial to say the least. The original version was given an X rating, and Craven cut it to receive an R from MPAA. Unfortunately for us horror fans, the original director's cut is said to no longer be in existence. Number 7, Trick or Treat. Dylan Baker plays Stephen Wilkins, the principal of the school, in one of the 5 intertwined stories. We first see him catching a young student bent on total Halloween destruction, giving him a cleverly disguised threat of what it means to mess with the spirits of the dead on All Hallows Eve. After supplying the student with a poisonous piece of candy, causing the kid to spew endless blood, this seemingly normal man drags the body into the backyard, and we are treated with the tease that his son is to be the next victim. Or is he? This amazing section of a well-crafted horror anthology proves that even maniacs can be good fathers. He always helps his son carving the eyes. Number 6, Last House on the Left. Sometimes killers are forged in the fire of death and revenge. In another Craven classic, we see a family find their daughter brutally raped and assaulted moments before death. When coincidentally the attackers seek refuge in their home, the parents discover a trinket that belonged to their daughter and deduce that her murderers have entered their house. The victims become the antagonists, and at moments, despite their misdeeds, you almost feel you should pity them. Number 5, Frailty. Every horror fan's surprised nostalgic throwback. Somewhat unknown in the larger circles, this has gradually become a cult classic. The gone but never forgotten Bill Paxton directed and starred as the father of 2 boys, who is convinced that God spoke to him directly with a plan to eliminate demons currently walking the earth. In epic storytelling, we witness a father gone off the bend and a young brother blindly following the rule of the house and his religious orders, with the older son morally opposing the murderous deeds of his dad. If you have not seen this, I will not ruin it for you, but the movie does play on the aspect father knows best, and you should always listen to your parents, even when you disagree. Number 4, The People Under the Stairs. A Craven epic depicting racism, poverty, and other social injustices that may go unnoticed in a normal suburban neighborhood. Everett McGill plays the leather-bound, shotgun-wielding man with a very sick and bizarre relationship to his sister, and a morbid desire to play house in the most sycophantic way. The two have a nasty tendency to kidnap children, cutting out their tongues and throwing them in the cellar when they misbehave. Be thankful you do not live in this neighborhood. Number 3, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This cannibalistic family has a patriarch that could only derive from the mind of Tobe Hooper. An ancient-looking man who seemingly appears dead comes to life in excitement when his grandson cuts the finger of their young captive and he sucks the blood from her wound. The horror in the girl's eyes matches that in the minds and heart of the audience, witnessing the disgusting act, garnering her enough strength to break her bonds and fling herself through the window. Could you blame her? Number 2, Creepshow. The first story in this anthology, Father's Day, is haunting, and Nathan Grantham will not let his death get in between him and his Father's Day cake. To the sheer terror of his daughter, responsible for the man's demise, we see Nathan rise from the grave and seek his long-awaited cake and a Father's Day celebration that only King and Romero together could make unforgettable. And number 1, The Shining. Who else could it be other than Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance, influenced by the ghastly spirits of the Overlook Hotel and the ever-increasing effects of cabin fever mixed with isolation and a cocktail of his alcoholism breathing down his neck, enabled by the dark entities present in the building.
Hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
These scenes are just as memorable and shocking now as they were when first heard by audiences in 1980, with a deranged father looking to kill his family, and the only thing that may stop him is his psychic son and his marvelous gift. Often mocked but never scorned, except maybe by Stephen King, this is a true horror classic of a dad unhinged. Even though the only person who might have been truly unhinged on set was Kubrick himself, and Shelley Duvall could attest to that. What are some of your favorite fathers from horror? Comment in the section below, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
It's Father's Day, and I got my cake. Happy Father's Day.